Figma have just released slots, and it's safe to say it's completely blown my mind and changed like the whole landscape of creating UI systems in Figma. So imagine a scenario where you've got a pre-built pop-up and you need to kind of create like a different layout for it. Traditionally, like 5 days ago, you would have had to have created, a few different variants, and it's a case of like turning stuff off that you don't want. And then when you grab the instance of it, you're able to just sort of like jump between those different layouts. That was fine. That was okay. That's sort of all we had really. But it was so restrictive. There was so many issues with it. And Figma for me, design systems, they were all about modularity and stuff like that. And this was the one thing that was sort of like really lagging behind. So you would create an instance of it, and you would try and add content to it. So I want to add another button. I'd commands v it into there, and it doesn't work. Nothing you do works. You can't add or remove content to it. You can only sort of hide it. So you end up with this sort of variant that's like really bloated and really weird, and just not that intuitive for like someone picking up the project. The way around it, right click, detach. I know it's horrible, isn't it? That was kind of like the way that people ended up doing it. It's the way I certainly ended up doing it as well, which is just not ideal. So you would then be able to remove things and add stuff back in if you wanted to. You could do all those things and it would sort of like work as you would expect, really. But the minute you kind of like sever that cord from the source of truth, which is this component here, that's where like consistencies start to sort of like diverge and stuff like that. And you really, with a UI system, you want everything to kind of like sort of feed from the source of truth, and the source of truth to control everything in the entire game, or the UI that you're building. Because being able to change one setting at the bottom and then have it impact every screen just reduces the need to sort of manage multiple things and spot inconsistencies when they pop up. So this was not a goer really. But now with slots, it's completely changed the game. With a few simple steps, you're able to remove all of the bloat we just added. You don't need to rely on multiple uh, component variants for different layouts and stuff like that. And you replaced it all for just one pink rectangle. Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? But we're going to take a look. So yes, I promised solving this with one pink rectangle. And yeah, it is. It's literally that. So I'm just going to cut all of that content out of there for now. And I'm going to show you kind of like as you would sort of expect to see it from starting from scratch. So I'll delete the slot layout too. So when working with slots, the most important thing is it has to be a frame kind of like within a component. Those two things like really do sort of, you know, they're the magical ingredients really. So I'm going to add a frame in there. Let me just put that up to 215 just for this example. And right click on it and then convert to slot. And you'll notice that in this prefab component, we've now got this pink rectangle called slot 4. When you add a new slot, you get some options to work with. So up here, top right, edit slot property, you can change the name. So layout contents, and then a little description on how to use that to remind yourself when you forget in the future. But like one of the really cool things is you can preload this basic component with all of the other components that you've got in your UI system that are allowed to be used here. So you can start to create rules around things. So if I click that plus symbol, I can add banner, divider, pretty much anything that I want really. And they've kind of assigned the options that the future me or another designer can then use, and they're all managed from here and from their own source of truth as well. So there's a nice breadcrumb that kind of leads you back to where you started, which is just, yeah, it's just so good. Um, and in order for this to sort of work, really, we need to do a few things. Obviously, we've just created a frame. We need to adjust the layout. So it's an auto layout in this case. So everything stacks quite nicely. Shift, Alt and drag, so we can create a copy of this. And you'll notice with the instance, we've got this little pink button here. If we click on that, we've got all of these options of preferred components that we preloaded the pop-up component with. So I could put a banner in there. I could put a heading, divider, image, paragraph text, and then before you know it, we've just kind of rebuilt the same thing. But the beauty of this is we're able to directly edit whatever we've just added. So if you remember before, we weren't able to add or remove anything to it. But now I can be like, I don't like that divider. I'm just going to remove it. And it's removed from the stack. And like the banner, we don't want the banner. I can just delete it, or I do want the banner in this case. And I'm just going to break it out of the auto layout. Just going to pin it up to the top, and then adjust the clip content so it sort of shows it quite nicely in that case. And we also get the little shadow that might have been clipped at the bottom at some point. So now with this, we can quickly, in a very modular way, thrash out like different layouts as if we were like someone coming onto the project, not editing the source of truth at all. So I could be like, I don't want that. I'm just going to remove the banner. I'm happy with, I don't need the divider. This looks a bit weird. So that's another layout. And then we're going to do another layout. Let's not have any buttons. And then this one, we could be like, I actually want my text above. And then I feel like I want to add some new content to it. So I select the slot. And then again, I can just add, another bit of text and maybe a button back in. And you can sort of see without editing the source, we can get exactly what we want really easily. And yeah, literally like one pink rectangle. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. So as we can see, slots is probably the most meaningful and impactful feature Figma have released in the last couple of years, like probably hands down. For me, it's long overdue. It's so much more impressive and helpful than all of the AI tools that they released in the past. And for me, it's like really pushed UI systems, collaboration, and consistency to like a whole new level. I can really imagine using this for other dynamic content as well, from shop items or buttons or anything like that. And if you can think of any interesting ways of using slots, then obviously let me know in the comments, and let me know how you get on with slots yourself. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Catch you soon.